And the number one mistake that I see so many college freshmen making the first couple weeks of college is Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over the top 10 mistakes to avoid as a college freshman. So all of these mistakes are mistakes that me and my friends made in our freshman year of college. Make sure to stick around till the end of the video where I give you my number one mistake to avoid as a freshman. And before I get started, don't forget to like this video if you enjoy it and subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss any more content. So without further ado, let's get started. Tip number 10 of the worst mistakes to avoid in college is bad dining hall habits. When you first come in as a freshman, you are going to be presented with so many different food options, and while some of them are going to be healthy, some of them are definitely going to be unhealthy. And I know that everybody knows about like the freshman 15 and thinks it's so evil, and honestly it's really hard to not gain weight your first couple months of college because you're presented with all these options and you're socially eating a lot because you're making friends in the dining hall or eating with your friends. So if you gain a couple pounds your first month or two of freshman year, that's okay. And if it's something that really like bothers you, you can always lose the weight. It's not a big deal. So make sure that when you're eating in the dining hall, you're eating mindfully the majority of the time. It's okay to go and get some ice cream every now and then if you want some ice cream, but make sure that if you're really focused on staying healthy and eating healthy and not gaining the freshman 15, that you're trying to be mindful about the food that you're putting in your body, and please eat some vegetables. I'm begging you. Mistake number 9 is not familiarizing yourself with the campus before you start classes. If you're gonna be at a big school where there's a lot of buildings, download the app or the map or whatever your school offers. And I would also suggest familiarizing yourself with the bus schedule if that applies to your school. And then when you come to campus your first weekend, take your roommate or a friend and go walk to all of your classes and figure out how long it takes, because trust me, it might take longer than you think it takes to get to class if you're on a big campus. If you go the first weekend and find the fastest route to all of your classes, you won't be scrambling during the actual week when you have no idea where you're going and like have to awkwardly ask someone. It makes your life so much easier, and guaranteed you probably won't be late to class or find yourself in the wrong class if you've already figured out where your classes are supposed to be. Mistake number 8 is cramming and pulling all-nighters. And I know that like in college we tend to glorify, oh my god, I pulled an all-nighter, or like, oh my god, I waited until the last minute to study and now I have to study all night. This is not gonna help you, and I promise you, you will do far better on your exams if you study like a week ahead of time and don't pull an all-nighter. Please make sure that you're getting enough sleep, because it has been scientifically proven over and over again that we need like 7 to 9 hours of sleep at least to function properly. And in college, when we're using our brains all the time 24/7, we need that extra sleep. So please don't pull all-nighters. You're going to regret it, and you're not going to get as good of a grade as you would have if you studied like literally just a day earlier. Mistake number 7 is buying all of your textbooks brand new from the bookstore. When I was a freshman, I went to the bookstore and I thought I had to have like all brand new textbooks, and I was like so worried about how expensive it was going to be. First of all, you can definitely buy them secondhand, and a lot of bookstores offer rental programs or they'll sell like used books to you. But I do know that a lot of bookstores, if you buy them, you can probably sell them back. So do a little bit of research, and then I would also highly recommend, before you buy anything from the bookstore, make sure that you go on Amazon and eBay and check the prices of your exact textbooks. Also, if your school has like an online marketplace, I know UConn does, you should probably go and search like that specific textbook, and I guarantee you somebody has to be selling some version of that textbook because everybody's taken the classes before and everybody wants to get rid of their old textbooks. I also know that some people buy textbooks through Chegg, so if you have a Chegg account, and I really recommend that you get a Chegg account, you can probably buy your textbooks through there too. Mistake number 6 is throwing away your syllabus. And I know that a lot of professors have the syllabi online now, but if they hand it to you in paper, definitely hold on to it. Or even if you have it online, print it out and keep all of your syllabi in like one specific place in your room. I am notorious for checking the syllabus for all of my classes like constantly to remember what the grade breakdown is and calculate my grade and everything like that. So make sure that you skim through all of them, if not read all of them. You can also use your syllabi to figure out your professor's contact information and when their office hours are. Which brings me into mistake number 5, is not getting to know your professors. Please get to know at least one professor per semester, at least one. Chances are, if you're getting an undergraduate degree, you were probably going to be getting some other degree in the future future, and that means that you'll probably need a letter of recommendation. You're kind of applying to grad school right after junior year is over, so that only gives you 2 years of time to get to know enough professors to write you letters of rec. So I would highly recommend getting to know your professors as soon as possible, like before everybody else is scrambling to get letters. Get to know them first, freshman year, because that can open up so many opportunities for letters of recommendation, as well as research opportunities or volunteer opportunities. You can even work as like a TA for them in the future if you develop a really good relationship with them. Mistake number 4, and this is one that I made a lot my freshman year, is not going to class. When you go to college, you have so much freedom and you're like, I don't need to go to class. I could learn this all myself. And maybe you can, but freshman year, your first semester, you probably haven't learned your true learning style yet, because no matter how hard you worked in high school, college is a completely different ballgame, and you need to figure out which method of learning is the best for you. So over the years, I've learned which classes I truly can teach myself, but the majority of my classes, I have to be there. And kind of a subdivision of that mistake is sitting way in the back, because when you're sitting way in the back of your class and you're taking notes on your laptop, but you're actually like going through your emails or going on Facebook or whatever you do, you're not learning anything and you're wasting your class time. Please make sure that you go to class and that while you're in class, you make use of that class time and you're present and you're actually trying to understand the material and learn. Because if you're just sitting there like doing stuff on your computer, what's even the point of going to class? Like at that point, you might as well just not go. Mistake number 3 is having no common sense at parties. And I know that we have so many different workshops and seminars about how to be safe at parties and not drinking too much, not doing drugs. Then once you actually go to parties as a freshman, it seems like for some people, all of their common sense just goes out the door. Just try to find people quickly that you can rely on. If you go out, you want to find people that are actually going to take care of you if you need help. I know it can be hard freshman year when you haven't made a lot of friends yet, but this is so important. Like, don't go to parties alone, and don't like break off on your own at parties away from the people you're with, because that's when bad things happen. So please just try to remember all of the things that you've learned in your past 18 years of life and make smart decisions. Mistake number 2 is holing up in your room. You just want to make sure that you're trying to make friends and get involved like as soon as possible. College is really hard, and you're going to need a support system of people that are going to be there for you when you have really tough times. So some ways that you could try to not just hole up in your room is first make friends with your roommate. And it's always easier to make friends when you're in a pair than it is to make friends by yourself. So you guys can go talk to different people on your floor. You can go meet people down in the dining hall. Don't be shy to just walk up to people and be like, hi. Like, I know it's awkward, but the more people that you talk to and try to get to know, the more your circle will expand. And another aspect of not holding up in your room is don't be on the phone with your friends from home all the time. College is a time where you really need to expand your horizons, and you might now be on this huge campus of like 30,000 people. All of these people are from different backgrounds, maybe different countries. They all have a different story to tell, and it's not just the same story that you've heard over and over again growing up in your small town. So I'm not saying you have to cut off your home friends completely. It's definitely good to all just like let each other breathe a little bit and not be so latched onto your home friends that you don't actually make any college friends. And the number 1 tip that I see so many college freshmen making the first couple weeks of college is going home. If you are living on campus, but you're pretty close to wherever your hometown is, don't go home. I'm telling you, I have seen this happen so many times over my course of being a student. And the first couple weeks of college, they're really crazy and they can be really fun, but they also suck because you miss home. You're probably not used to having a roommate or having to make friends. You don't have like your family there as a crutch, and you don't have your home friends, and you're going to want to go home. And I had friends who went home every single weekend their first couple weeks of college, and they never learned how to be happy at college. So now we're juniors and they still hate being at UConn because they went home all the time and they never gave it a true shot to like actually enjoying living on campus. I know a lot of freshmen are going to want to have a car on campus, but I would actually suggest like your first year living on campus to just really don't have a car. It's going to be way better for you and your mental health in the long run if you force yourself to stay on campus and be miserable for a while while, and then you just get used to it, and eventually you'll learn to like it. And then if you don't, you can transfer, but that's just a whole different story. Like, the majority of people really shouldn't be going home every weekend unless you have a true legitimate reason to. I know it's hard, but just try as hard as you can to not go home and not be on the phone with your family and your friends from home all the time, because you really need to give college like a true chance, and this will probably be a lot better for you in the long run. So those are all of my worst college mistakes to avoid. I hope I don't sound too preachy in this video, because these are mistakes that me and my friends made, and I really just want to stress that, like, making mistakes is okay, but these are ones that I've learned from, and I would definitely advise not making these mistakes, both for the sake of your GPA and your mental health. I also want to say thank you to last video's comment winner. Thank you guys so much for commenting on my videos. It really means so much to me, and I love seeing what all of your thoughts are about everything that I have to say. And I also want to say welcome to the end of the video squad. If you made it to the end of the video squad, comment EVS down below and it'll be like our little secret code. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any more content. And until next time, love you. Bye.